Hey BOLS fans, AdamHarry back again with another BOLS Battle Report. Today we are playing Hordes. There's no war machines here, except for the battle engine, but that doesn't count apparently. Talk to Ben. Ben's running the camera right now. We are playing some war machine, Hordes, and it is 50 points. We're actually doing a steamroller scenario from the 2015. It is scenario number 1, destruction. So can we talk about the scenario real quick and then we'll get into the army list. Obviously trolls, gators, in the swamp mat by Table War Gaming. So that's pretty sweet. The fat mat here. So the scenario is, these are our 2 objectives. That's Ben's friendly objective. This one's my friendly objective. It's destruction. So enemy objective is, if it's destroyed or removed from play, you get 1 control point, once per objective in zone control. So there's a 12 by 6 zone. So they represent the corners right in there. So when you're in a zone, if you control it, it's 1 point. If you dominate it, it is 2 control points. First side to 5 control points wins the game. Starting, you start scoring at the, I think it's turn 2. So, but that's the scenario. Now let's talk about the lists.
All right, well, I'll talk about the army some. I brought along Jaga Jaga. I'm running her tier. She's been kind of a hard warlock for me to figure out. She's very much a jack of all trades warlock. She's good at doing lots of different things, which isn't really exceptional at any specific thing, and a lot of times those are the hardest warlocks to figure out. Warlocks or warcasters, I guess, for that matter. So what I've got for her today, I actually am running her in tier. I'm having to take a few models that I might not normally take just to get her up there because we did not finish painting my Shamblers in time for the battle report. So I have 2 Feral Geists and a Bone Swarm to get my 3 undead models, and then I have 2 Witch Doctors. One's way over there, one is behind this big mob of Gatormen. So 2 Witch Doctors get my 2 magic ability guys. Obviously I have the Sacral Vault.
It's looking pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet piece. And that's a big part of what I want to bring today, was definitely put that guy on the table. He is pretty awesome.
Yep.
And on Adam's side,
oh man,
as we said, he's doing Troll Bloods. So we have here's a little interesting. This is the all-in-one Troll Blood army box with just a couple of things added to it to bring it up to 50 points.
So it starts at 35 points, Ben has made some additions.
Right. So to help Adam on his way to 50 points, although these are my models, he hasn't had his Troll Bloods quite yet. It starts off with a unit of Warders and a unit of Champions. Champions over there by the Mauler. Normally it would be a plastic Mauler that comes in the all-in-one. I've got my Dire Troll Mauler Extreme because he's just so cool and big. Instead of the Blitzer, that has been assembled into a Bomber. And then to fill it out to 50, there is an Axer and a 2nd unit of Warders. So what this is, it's a kind of a slow-moving army, but it just has a ridiculous amount of armor. It's going to be really, really hard to kill.
And the UA too.
And yeah, also the Creelstone unit that comes with the box is a full unit. So we've dropped out 2 of the Grunts and added in the Elder, who's got all the scrolls on the back, because he adds just some really awesome abilities, a lot of extra cool stuff for the trolls. So you just really don't want to go to battle without that guy. So yeah, Adam's army is going to be really hard to kill. The downside is there are no Fell Callers in his army, mostly because Griselle Bloodsong is a Fell Caller herself. A model cannot benefit from 2 Fell Calls a turn. So a lot of times Fell Callers are kind of wasted in Griselle armies. That means that Adam's army is going to have problems with rough terrain. Fortunately, the Animus on the Axer is going to help with that. So his heavy war beasts will be able to move around in terrain as long as they have that Animus up on them.
It's almost like you planned that.
It's almost, I did plan it.
Dun, dun, dun.
I totally planned that. So we'll go ahead and work through turn 1. I am a little worried about how I'm going to grind through all of Adam's heavy armored dudes.
With their tough rolls.
With their tough rolls. That's going to be hard. So I may, I don't know, I may have to try for some kind of Hail Mary caster kill to pull off a win if I'm going to do it. But I played a little more than Adam has, so hopefully experience will help as well, because his army has lots of weapon master and mine doesn't, and we both are kind of matched for armor, so I am going to need some luck, and I'm going to need to be as clever as I can to beat this one.
One last thing too, I am the first player, so I'm deployed back here. Ben is the second player, so I just want to make sure that.
Oh yeah, I'm the second player. Additionally, if I look a little farther ahead, it is because that's part of Jaga's tier, so that you deploy up to 12.
Sneaky.
Yep, so she's already real close. She could run right to that objective right now. Oh, for our objectives, Adam went with Stockpile. I think that's the one it's called, for the Lash, because lots of tough rolls. I went with the Arcane Wonder because Jaga, even though she has a Fury 7, she always wants more Fury.
Can you tell the folks at home what the Lash does for Stockpile? It's kind of cool with trolls.
It's going to keep trolls within 4 inches can stand up automatically, and trolls. Well, not just trolls. Any model.
Friendly model.
Any knockdown model could stand up next to it. Within 4 inches of it, which is great for trolls because they have all those tough rolls, right? Ooh. So you fail a tough roll, you're alive, but you're knocked down. Bam, Stockpile lets you stand up, and also if you're basing it, if you just can't even be knocked down at all. So very good stuff.
Kind of nice. It's almost like you planned that too.
Yep.
All right, so we'll get started here with turn 1. Let's do this, Ben.
All right.
All right, first turn is rolling. So real quick too, Ben has, because of the tier list he's running, he's got the advanced move for his 3 undead units. So you can see there, the bone saw is ready. Yeah, he ran up there, and then the 2 terror guys rolled up too. So that's just real quick. They advanced. It's just a regular move, not a run. Yep. But they get their extra move. So anyway, for the trolls, pretty straightforward. The warders moved up here along the flank, ran up. Pretty much everything ran. So ran or got riled up. So the bomber ran around that way. This unit of warders also rolled up here. The unit of champs ran forward. They have shield wall, so it's better for them to be touching. These the warders don't, so they don't need to be in base to base. The Axer ran behind the champs there for cover. The Mauler ran way up there, his 10 inches, and then also got riled up for some extra fury. Grisilla dumped her fury onto the rock, so we got 5 floating there, and she's got 1 left. So at the start of my next turn, I'll be able to reeve a bunch of the fury and get her back up. So, but that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward for the trolls. We'll kick it over to the Gators are coming. So, Gator time, Gator time.
All right. So I finished my turn. It's pretty much like what Adam did. Everybody's moved up. So we're poised to hopefully have a big crazy war beast showdown right over here. I've got my Wrestler up close to the woods with the Mauler on the other side. Otherwise, just Gatormen moving up the board. In the middle, in the zone, to try to keep Adam from getting points. We have all my undead stuff. But also, there is my Bone Swarm, thanks to the advance move, and Escort is already poised to start chomping at that objective next turn. If I can destroy it, that's a victory point to me. So hopefully that'll put some pressure on Adam to go after it and put some of his resources in killing a stupid Bone Swarm instead of killing, my much more awesome Gatormen. And really that's about it. I got 2 souls for the Sacral Vault, and it didn't use any. So I'll get some more next turn, hopefully finally start shooting stuff with it. And that's really about it. Escort is up. Yep, that's the turn.
Alrighty, Trolls turn 2. What happened? So I'll start over here. The warders ran up further in here to get into these ruins here to try to take that flank. They also, at the end of the turn, they got the hoof it command from Grisilla there, so they had an extra move, so that's why they're really far up right now. But they ran and then they got the extra move. He moved into base to base there at the end of the turn, so it didn't get to do anything. Next up, the bomber ran up here and actually tossed his bombs. He walked his 5 inches, walked up and threw his bombs at that unit. What are they called, Ben?
Well, they're like these men that are also Gators.
I know they're Gatormen, but
it's something like that. It has something to do with their nature that is both man and Gator. I think they're called Gatormen.
They make good leather after they get bombed. But he took out 2 of them actually with 2 bomb throws. Yep. I pushed to do more damage, so that's where he has those 2 fury on him. After that, the warders also moved up. You can see kind of a line of them there, the guys with the shields. They ran up to kind of cover the bomber, prevent any counter charges on them. And then the stone here, that unit moved up, and their ability is really cool thanks to that guy. They not only provide the armor buff aura, which is based on how much fury they have, and an additional 4 inches. They also cause the incorporeal units, the undead guys, to become hittable, become materialized basically. So then the champs rolled up and they were able to charge there from their position that was over here, 7 inches. 2 of them got in range. It was more than enough to kill 1 Terrorgeist, so popped him in the face pretty good. After that, the Axer cast his Animus on the big Mauler troll there and moved up. The Mauler troll ran around there to kind of get in his face, to kind of force Ben to react to him, and then Priscilla moved up and commanded those guys to run. So
what did you call her?
Huh?
What did you call her?
Grisilla?
Griselle. Yeah, otherwise it's going to be like Superstar Destroyer all over again.
Dude, Superstar.
Going to be correcting,
yes.
Correcting you on the things that you say. Griselle.
There's a restaurant called the Gristmill, so I might just start calling her Gristmill.
Well, call her Gristmill, that's fine, then it'll be like a nickname.
I'm going to call her Gristmill from now on. So Gristmill rolled up. It's good food, so that's not like a bad thing. Trolls love. So she's gonna be working at the Gristmill later. So tearing it down. So it's pretty straightforward for my turn. Yeah, got a couple kills. Bloodied the Gatormen's noses, making some leathers. Ben's gonna return the favor right now.
Yeah, Ben's a little worried about
munching some troll meat.
All those hitboxes.
That's what we do, right?
Like 120 hitboxes before the heavy beast.
Armor. Yes. Armor.
They're all within that bubble, man. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, and I got into the 12-inch by 6-inch box, which is important. So.
Dirty. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to fight. There's no way to be able to score an objective.
That was the plan.
Next turn.
Oh, one other thing too. Gristmill is not within 14. She's not wholly within 14 inches, so she does not give up the kill box points either. So, yay! So we'll kick it over to Gatormen for their turn 2. It's already getting bloody.
That was an okay turn. I'm kind of mad at my dice right now, but I guess it could have been worse. Over here, the biggest deal. You think that's a dire troll standing there? Well, sort of. My Wrestler did manage to kill it, and the feral guys jumped inside. So now I control that Mauler, which is pretty awesome. That is my big, huge highlight for the turn. But as you can see, Wrestler totally filled up on Fury. That's not going to go so great for me. Over here, my Swamp Horror was a genius at killing champions, sort of. His tentacle attacks managed to pull them out of defensive line, which lowered their armor greatly, which was amazing for me. But I just couldn't roll the dice to really kill them. So even though, as you can see, once again, fully maxed out on Fury, I only actually managed to kill one single... oh no, I guess he killed 2 champs. He killed 2 champs, and then because I feeded, the champs with the blue dice beside them, so this guy here and that one there, wandered off. And it was this dead champ as part of my Legion of the Undead from Jaga's feet. He did help a lot in bringing down the Mauler. He would not have gone down without that assistance. So that did work pretty well. It was kind of the same story with my Gatormen. They charged in there. I thought I was going to kill some champs. Adam kept making tough rolls. I thought, okay, you know, I've still got my vault left. That should be helpful. First vault rolls 3 shots. Everything seems like it's going to be great. No. First shot fails to wound. Second shot misses a knockdown troll with snake eyes. And then the final shot also just completely whiffed on the armor roll. Oh, no. The final shot hit Adam because I boosted. Yeah. So it actually damaged and just passed his other tough roll. So that's what happened. So Sacral Vault so far has done nothing for my army except that Jaga was able to pull a Fury off of it to help her cast all the spells and stuff she did. Oh, additionally, this is important. The Wrestler in the Woods has Spiny Growth, it has Grave Wind, and it also had Ghost Walk, which allowed it to walk out there. With Escort as well. So it's a fast-moving, ridiculously hard to kill Gator, and I'm hoping that I can maybe go into deep into Adam's lines now. At the very least, start taking out that stupid, those stupid Stone Scribes over there, and maybe even get to Griselle herself. But even though I barely killed any models in the middle, the fact that I killed Adam's Mauler is a pretty big deal. So overall, a pretty good turn. But as you can see, not much else happened. And I guess we'll come back after Adam's turn. All right, we're back after Adam's turn.
The Bone Swarm too.
Oh yeah, right. So the first thing we forgot that the Bone Swarm did a little bit of damage to the objective. So now that's marked with a die with the number 4, so we won't forget again.
That's how much damage it took.
Yep, that's how much damage it took. So yeah, that was a really brutal turn for me. It was even worse, I think, than I was expecting. I have done, like, I've taken similar lists against other similar lists, although when it's been me, I've been the one playing the Troll Bloods rather than the one playing the Gators. And I always have so much trouble killing Gators that I thought mine would last a little bit longer, but this turn he's wiped them out to just one lone Gator man. That's all that I have left of Gator men. I've got a Witch Doctor, a Jaga Jaga. All my beasts are okay, although my poor, despite the impervious flesh, my poor Horror has taken more than half his damage. Part of it was a rift from Gristmill herself. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, maybe if I'm really sneaky, I can kill some models and like maybe get my Wrestler up over to Gristmill and punish her for getting too close. This is a slight possibility.
Oh, and then real quick too, these guys now die.
Oh yeah.
So
these champs are gone at least, so that makes it look a little less demoralizing for me.
Yep.
So yeah, I've got a lot to think about. And maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to assassinate Griselle, which is really kind of what I have to do. Fortunately, Jaga Jaga has Ghost Walk, so one of the usual problems of getting to the enemy caster is gone, because Ghost Walk lets you ignore free strikes. So yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, real quick too.
High hopes.
The rock guys, the can't think of it.
The Krillstone Bearer guys.
They moved up. They charged actually. I actually charged my own Mauler to kill it. So this guy Brave.
So that dude just popped that undead gross Mauler right on the head. Which is why
the Feral guy.
Yeah, that's why the Feral guy's back.
Is back now.
But yeah, Adam. What was funny was he missed a lot, which is kind of odd because the champs and warders have high mat, but every time he hit something, he rolled at least a 14. So
it's pretty sweet.
It was just like an insta smackdown. For everybody, because you know that +1 damage from the stone was just enough.
That's why I was rolling 14 damage pretty much, because the stone was adding +1, plus their weapon master. So I'm rolling 3 dice for damage without even charging.
Yeah, and I didn't do zombify. Actually, this guy had sacrificially struck one of my own Gatormen last turn to finally finish off the Mauler. Yeah. So that's what he did, and the other one charged and tried to kill a warder himself and failed. So nobody was zombified, so I didn't even get to make any tough rolls, which is too bad. But I did get their souls though, so hey, there's a plus there. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can figure out this turn. Maybe something good will happen, but I think there's just too much troll rabble for me to go with.
Bottom of the turn for trolls coming up.
Yep.
Hey, BOLS fans, we are stopping in the middle of the turn because Ben has just cleared the path for the assassination attempt. Let me back it up just a little bit and explain how we got to this point.
All right, you want me to take it over?
Yeah, because you did some shooting and some other stuff.
So first up, trusty Sacral Vault. I was like, give me all the shots. I only got 1 shot, but I did kill a guy. That was awesome. Adam failed his tough roll.
You did. It was not tough enough.
I spent the soul to take over. He smacked his friend. His friend also died, didn't make a tough roll.
That was these 2 guys right here.
Yeah, that was these two little dudes. Now, because I didn't get the 3rd shot, I knew I'd have to risk Jaga Jaga. So she charged in here, killing a champion, thanks to Mr. Poison Death Snake. Good job, dude. So he took him out, so line of sight cleared up. So then I had her dead weight, the Elder. Who survived the boosted damage from the first hit. That guy, yeah, I don't know why I put him over there. That's not where he belongs. But so I had to do a 2nd dead weight to be able to pull it off. So,
but yeah, basically Ben just killed like 4 trolls. I failed all of my tough rolls to clear out this nice path.
Yeah, so
for the Wrestler.
So after moaning about my luck, I had
still only
mediocre luck, but Adam had just as bad luck, so that meant that the dude was able to get over there. Now, because I had to cast Deadweight twice, I wasn't able to put Ghost Walk on this guy like I talked about, so he did take some free strikes. Almost took out his spirit.
I'm 1 away.
From that Axer.
I was 1 away.
Axer almost took out his spirit, but he's still full. He's still got all the spirals, so now we're going to do...
Another pain.
Try to finish off Miss Gristmill.
Yep.
Gristmill. So he has a special attack on his bite that will knock a model down. I'm all about And you're not, are you within 4 inches? This is gonna save your butt because I totally forgot about the...
that's right, stockpile.
You got your stockpile.
Am I within 4?
Are you
this is gonna matter.
Oh, you totally are.
Oh,
so it's a good thing I checked that. I was about to death roll her, but instead I'm just gonna have to go with lots of boosted attacks.
Because that's not gonna hurt.
So Griselle Bloodsong, she is a hard last to kill, for sure. She is actually a little harder to kill than Madrak, which throws some people for a loop sometimes.
Yep. She's tough. Tough but fair.
And that's because her defense is so high.
And if I roll my tough rolls, she's even tougher.
So she's def 15.
Not as fair.
That means this guy needs to roll 9s to hit her. I'm not gonna bother boosting the hits on the claws.
Okay.
I wanna buy and boost lots of bite attacks.
So this is the initial.
Yeah, your arm is at 18 right now.
All right, so let me back out here. Where are you rolling?
Thanks to this idiot. So claw attack needed 9. Oh, I got it. Sweet. First one finally being kind to me. It's about 14. It's gonna be -4. I'll just do straight on that. Come on, something else. Pretty good. So it's 2.
5 and a 1.
Total of 2.
Yep. 2 to the face because she doesn't have.
Other claw needing a 9. No.
Got a 6.
All right, so now it's time to start boosting those bite attacks.
There's a first.
This is gonna go so fast because he doesn't have that much fury on him. So like I said, boosted. So give me that 9. That is not a 9.
That is only a 7.
Yep, this is
on 3 dice.
This is the kind of luck that I am a little more used to. So we're gonna buy a bite attack, boost to hit, and at this point,
is it still within reach?
Yeah.
Arm 16, maybe. I mean, reach to kill her.
And that's a 5.
That's a 5.
So
go ahead and buy your last attack.
That's
go
not
for
nearly enough. So yeah, that's more like what my dice are in this game.
It's a 5.
That 9 that spoiled all the rest of my shots. So that was pretty much a Hail Mary for Jaga.
Now she's in the open.
She has no fury. Gravewind is on the Wrestler.
Who is now the
There's
Whiffler.
no spiny, yeah, he's now the Whiffer. There's no spiny growth on her, nothing.
No defenses.
So
and I've got a lot of trolls in the neighborhood.
Hit points. So I will finish up my turn. There's not much.
You always finish your turn in Hordes and War Machine.
Yeah.
Always finish your turn.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
All right, so I'm going to cut. We're going to get back to the rest of Ben's turn, and we'll come back with a recap at the very end of it.
Really wasn't much else to do. The only really thing that I did of importance, I tried to move the Feral Geist in such a way that Adam might have difficulty placing his warders, but it doesn't really matter because he can just spirit chase it and somebody can just kill it. Otherwise, the one cool thing I did, my one last Gatorman, the only one left alive, the only warrior from the swamp, still swinging, took out Adam's objective. So that would earn me a victory point. As you may have noticed, this huge mob of dudes in the middle of the board, none of us have gotten any other points any other way. So right now I hold the only point. Now even though my work log is about to be murdered, there's a good chance we probably already would have gone overtime. So even if you're in peril, you know, it's never a bad idea to go for that last point, because if it's a tournament, you know, you could always dice down and get called on you and then end up winning because you just got that 1 point, because remember, this is an objective game. So we're not timing it right now. So I suspect Jaga's probably going to die. If not, you know, it'll just go back to my turn. My Wrestler will try to kill Griselle again. So yeah, we'll see if Jaga lives.
That's my dilemma: is do I go for the victory and kill Jaga, try to kill Jaga and pull a bin, or do I take out the Wrestler and try to win it that way?
Well, here's something to remember: the Wrestler has Gravewind, making him defense 14.
Yeah. And
if you miss him, he gets to move your model away.
Right. So I probably should just go for Jaga. I feel like that's going to be the safer bet of my options.
Right. And I'm hoping. The biggest is going to be you have an Axer and at least 2 warders that can probably make it in, and that could be enough to do it in for. Yeah. You know what? Don't forget your fell call this turn. In fact, why don't you just we're gonna feat probably this turn. You need to feat this turn. All right. So that's why Adam saved his feet for this long. Yeah. He was waiting for me to expose Jaga.
Yeah.
I was scratching my head like, why hasn't dude used his feet yet? Oh well, he got one over on me, didn't he? Whoops. All right. We'll be back. We'll be back. I didn't plan it. And we've stopped the turn again because it looks like Adam is probably going to be the one to get the caster kill. Ooh. So, to recap what happened so far, Griselle scooched back a little bit so that she could see the Axer, who is now charged. and she cast his own animus on him so that he could charge for free.
Pathfinder too.
And also get the Pathfinder so he could get in those woods a little bit. And that was also really important because without him being able to get in the woods, it probably only would have had one of the warders be able to charge. Now I did say, oh, well, Adam can just Spirit Chaser my Feral Geist away. Hey, when I killed the Elder, I took away his ability to do that. So yeah, he had to deal with an annoying Feral Geist in the way. He might have been able to try to kill it with Rift, but he was a little worried at the time that maybe Grisel should have that Fury for transfers because there is a giant freaking Gatorman up in her face. A Wrestler, right? A giant Wrestler. So anyway, but now the Axer did some pretty good work.
Yeah.
Jog is down to 5 hit points, and she has 2 warders in her face who only need 7s to hit.
I hit her twice with the Axer.
Yeah,
the first one was awesome, like 11 damage. The second one, I rolled Snake Eyes for damage. Yeah. So her arm being 16, his POW 14.
Yep, is exactly wrong. So we got 2 warders with 2 attacks apiece who need to do 5 damage total.
The extra attack, by the way, from her feet.
Yeah, with the extra attack from her feet.
So the first warder, we'll do this guy first. Looking for 7s to hit.
Looking for a 7.
So on 2 dice.
You just need better luck than Ben.
Better luck than Ben.
There you go. So right off the bat, that's a 10. Okay, so it's 4 dice.
This is the charge attack.
It's a charge attack.
Here, I'll roll these 4 dice.
And there's sparkly 4 dice that failed me last turn.
So anyway, he's Weapon Master plus charge. That's where the 4 dice is coming from.
So -6. And bam.
I think that's it.
So that's 8. 6. She only had 6 left. Or no.
5 left.
5 left. So that is it. That is 8 points. So no tough for Jaga. So yeah, that is
Boomskis.
Boomskis. Unfortunately, that's kind of about how I expected it. I was really pleased that I got my caster kill attempt off on Grisel, but I do know from experience that she's a hard one to kill. As far as Jaga as a warlock, I think she's in kind of a weird place right now. I'm really curious to see what the Croak Raider unit does for her and her army. Just for the faction as a whole, because if those guys are like a 4/6 unit, that's a lot more souls to turn into shamblers. It's a lot more souls to feed the battle engine, and so that could make for some really interesting Jaga lists. But we don't know what they're going to do right now.
That's the end of the game. Scenario is caster kill as well as always a
caster kill will always win it for you. So I did get the 1 point, but Adam wins the game overall. And yeah, if you guys are looking at starting Troll Bloods, you can see like
this starter arm is really mean.
Yeah,
like this is my first Trollkin game, and yeah, with Ben walking me through, these guys are really solid. I can't. Yeah. If you can make tough rolls, but also you said there was 120 something hitboxes at one point for you to go through.
Yeah, the 2 units each have 40 because it's 5 models with 8 apiece, and then with 3 units with that many, that's 120 hitboxes just on the infantry alone. Yeah. And then the 2 heavy warbeasts have 28 a pop. So that's almost 200 hitboxes.
And the infantry themselves usually bounce between like what 18 to 21 armor depending on buffs.
Yep.
So I mean that's tough.
Yeah, they're mean.
And they hit really hard because they're all weapon masters. So that was cool.
And then Grisel herself takes away one of the biggest biggest weaknesses. There's the word I'm looking for. She takes one of the biggest weaknesses of the warders, who only have the 1 attack, and then she has her fell call that says, "Hey, you get a second one of those guys. Enjoy." Yeah. So yeah, I think this is a pretty solid list. I mean, so again, it's the Troll Blood all in 1 army box, plus a unit of warders, plus a single what?
And this guy.
No, he comes with it. Yes. So all it is all you need to get to 50 with the box is the warders and the Axer. And like I said, we did add in the Elder as well.
But that was more of a swap.
But yeah, that was a swap, so you don't actually need it. So there you go. I mean, that's a way to get your full Troll Blood army for around $200 or less, depending on where you shop. Yeah. Although we'd always do like to say support your LGS. But anyway, it's a mean army. Like just right off the start, I knew it was going to be impossible for my army to chew through all that. So resilient, incredibly hard to kill. Grisel herself is incredibly hard to kill.
And newbie friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, there are not a lot of things to remember. Grisel's fell calls don't even cost fury, so you don't even have to worry about all that. You just say like, I'm doing this fell call, and then it just happens. Yep. You can even run and do them. So it's pretty ridiculous. Pretty great way to start off Hordes. And I'm gonna have to go back to the swamp and try to figure out a better Jaga list.
Jaga.
Because this list did some cool things that were really fun. I like the way that the Swamp Horde dealt with the champions, the way it was able to drag them out of shield guard.
Yeah.
Other neat stuff I liked. It was annoying that I had to, but it was cool that I had the Witch Doctor there to sack strike one of my Gatormen to finish off that Mauler. And the Bone Swarm being able to advance move, that was kind of cool. It's only a 4-point model. And normally it's not really worth it, but that advanced move, the fact that you can get up there and maybe start nipping away at objectives early was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He did help me get that 1 point, and he sent Adam's army, in his direction.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a pretty long wrap up, but it was a fun game.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. You're welcome, and hope you guys enjoyed too.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.